Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. So I'm getting a lot of backlash from Kenyans, people that subscribe or people that have believed in the baby charlatan called Lucy Natasha. She calls herself Reverend Lucy Natasha, who has recently gotten herself into an unholy marriage or union with the baby charlatan from India. 419, young boy called Carmel. This one is a fraudster. If people in Canada had the audacity to come out and talk about Carmel, most of you will be surprised what he did in Canada, how he lied to people, how he manipulated, and how he scammed people in Canada. Wherever Carmel goes, he lies to people that he has a big congregation somewhere, but no one knows where that big congregation is. Carmel does not really have a background in ministry, in as much as there are a lot of fabricated stories on the internet saying that he has been called for different, business seminars where he has given speeches in big auditoriums. But Carmel, listen, who in their normal senses can listen to Carmel giving business advice? Based on which experience? What business knowledge does Carmel have? Or even in motivational seminars, what motivation or inspiration speeches can you expect to get from Carmel? Anyone that scams gullible people is a criminal and cannot be trusted. And that is Carmel and Lucy Natasha. So Carmel does not have a history in ministry. He did not start any ministry anywhere under the sun. If he has started a ministry somewhere in Canada or in any other country, I would dare Carmel today to post one picture of him leading a ministry anywhere under the sun, or him hosting a seminar anywhere under the sun. Just a picture as a proof of concept. He will never do that because there is no history of him having started anything ministry-wise. He has failed every time he has started. So that's why he resorted to scamming people, and he has been targeting women that he sees as vulnerable. And he'll be lying to them, giving them false prophecies that he can see he's hearing from God. But Carmel is just a vagabond from India that he has failed in almost everything in life. In Canada, he was actually a student. And his permit right now is on student basis. Him trying to lie to people that he's worth $1 million, those are just gimmicks to fool gullibles into giving them more money. But Carmel is not the topic of this episode. My main focus is on Lucy Natasha and where Lucy Natasha is coming from and where Lucy Natasha has gone. One thing I know for certain is Lucy Natasha is headed for destruction. Wherever Lucy Natasha is headed, she's going to crash. There's no doubt about it. Some events are easy to predict, and Lucy Natasha is very easy to predict and to foresee what's going to happen to her ending. She's going to destruct. This is not a prophecy of doom, but it's just reality. Lucy Natasha is coming from a very disgraceful background. Lucy Natasha started very well. And Lucy Natasha, her vocation is in motivation, is in giving motivational talks to people. When he realized that there's no money in motivation, that's when he switched into ministry. When he realized the window of opportunity in the church, he switched and then he rebranded from motivating people and educating people and inspiring people and started manipulating people using the scriptures, because it's easy to get money from people once you lie to them that you can foresee their future. Once you lie to them that you can mend all the problems that are in their lives. So she saw that opportunity, and she actually started well. When she started, she has been ministering, deeply rooted in the things of God. But it all came, the time came when fame took over her intentions, when popularity got the biggest part of her. And she started by going to Shepherd Bushiri, all the way from Kenya to Shepherd Bushiri. Was it around 2017, 2018, 2019? Around that time, that's when she visited Shepherd Bushiri, wanting to submit under Shepherd Bushiri. And the time she came here, of course, they had some, sexual kind of a ritual together. There is no one, this I can tell you today, there is no woman that is appealing. Lucy Natasha is appealing. All that yellowness that is on her, it's appealing to most of these charlatans. There is no woman that can come into contact with Shepherd Bushiri with all that appeal and Shepard Bushiri would not sleep with them. That is a lie. Some of you think I'm defaming these jackals, these criminals. Some of you think I'm attacking them or I'm assassinating their characters. But these people, they don't even have a character to start with. Bushiri does not have a character. Bushiri has lied to people so many times. He has faked walking in the air, miracles. He has faked snapping pictures with an iPad. He has faked seeing angels in his church. He has faked a lot of things. So there's no integrity there. There's no character to assassinate. We are just coming here. I'm just coming here to just expose them for who they really are. On Lucy Natasha, there's no character on Lucy Natasha that you can even say that I'm trying to assassinate or I'm crucifying her or I'm defaming her character. There's no character there. These are the lowest individuals, the lowest human beings on this planet who have stooped so low to a point whereby the only thing that was left into their mind, into their cognitive senses, was to scam people, was to lie to people, was to manipulate people and rob them of their possessions. That's very low of a human being. Criminals that rob people, that steal from people are far much better than these ones, than these pulpit bandits. So I'm not trying to assassinate their character here. I'm just presenting facts as they are. I'm just presenting facts as they are. So when she came to Bushiri, she wanted impartation. She wanted to be a daughter to Shepherd Bushiri. And all this spiritual fatherhood, it's all about, increasing their mileage in the prophetic business. It has really nothing to do much with the spiritual upliftment or having them open their eyes. No. It's just a business union. Remember, all these are business institutions. So going to Bushiri, she just wanted to ride on the name of Bushiri and trade under the trademark of Bushiri. It becomes easier for her to come and say, my spiritual father is Shepherd Bushiri. It's easier now to manipulate and conquer people's minds because people already know the brand Bushiri. So she tried to work with Bushiri. She's tried to submit under Bushiri. And after they slept together, she realized that this is not going. It's not coming out the way that she expected it to come around. And during that time, she was left in South Africa. I'm giving you a brief background of the events that took place. Most of you don't know this part of history, but I'm coming here, I'm telling you, because I know it. I know it, factually presenting it. And Bushiri went to Malawi. In Malawi, it was the time of the wedding of his young brother. Is it Tresford? No, it's not Tresford. It must be the other one who recently divorced. His name has slipped off my mind, but he had gone to attend that wedding. And he left Lucy Natasha in Pretoria. Lucy Natasha got stranded. She did not know how to go back to Kenya. That's when she tried to call Bushiri, and she ended up calling Jeremiah Omoto. She got a number from Bushiri of Jeremiah Omoto and said, Jeremiah Omoto is going to assist you. That's when she called Jeremiah Omoto, and Jeremiah Omoto came to Lucy Natasha's rescue. And she sent Lucy Natasha money to book a flight back to Kenya. And from Kenya, when she landed in Kenya, she went straight to Nigeria to go and talk to Jeremiah Omoto and to go and appreciate Jeremiah Omoto. That's when the entire Hwajez, that's when the entire whole falsehood started from Lucy Natasha. When she got to Jeremiah, of course, they slept together as well. I don't know. Some people will say, no, how do you know this? People, these charlatans, they talk in their small circles. And when they talk in their small circles, it's more like a competition. One will say, no, I slept with that one. The other one will say, no, I slept with that one. The other one will say, I slept with that one. So amidst of their talks, all of them, they have their confidantes. Jeremiah has his own confidante. Bushiri has his own confidante. They will share with their own confidantes. And their confidantes have their own confidantes. Their confidantes have their own confidantes. Until that information will get to people like me. Only people in the inner circle, very close to these charlatans who know this kind of information. And if Bushiri is watching this, he knows that it's true. If Jeremiah Omoto is watching this, of which I know all of them are watching, they know it's true. That Shepherd Bushiri slept with Lucy Natasha, Jeremiah Omoto slept with Lucy Natasha. And when she was still in Nigeria, that's when she took all those fancy pictures and started lying to people that she bought a private jet when she was with Jeremiah Omoto. From then, she realized that there are more profits and more benefits to subscribe under Jeremiah Omoto. That's when she initiated herself under Jeremiah Omoto. That's when she was initiated by Jeremiah Omoto and started calling herself the spiritual daughter of Jeremiah Omoto. And while she was still with Jeremiah Omoto, of course, they did what they did. She went back to Kenya. She started running her ministry. She started spreading across the message that she's the daughter, Oracle One, she's the daughter of Jeremiah Omoto. And from then, here's where it gets interesting. That this is actually the part that I did this entire video for. She developed interest for the other charlatan called Chris Okafor. Lucy Natasha had a deep crush for Chris Okafor. She wanted Chris Okafor so much that she was willing to do anything to get married to Chris Okafor. And she convinced Jeremiah Omoto, because Jeremiah Omoto is close to Chris Okafor. They call themselves the generals, the God's generals of Nigeria. So Lucy Natasha, she spoke to Jeremiah Omoto. What I'm telling you here is they talk. And when they talk, whoever they talk with, they will narrate and transfer this information to people closer to them. So Lucy Natasha spoke to her spiritual father, who happens to be Jeremiah Omoto, and said, Jeremiah Omoto, my father, please listen. There's your friend that I'm in love with, and I really want him to marry me. He's very good for ministry. If I can get married to him, since he divorced his wife, because at that time, Chris Okafor had divorced his wife. They did not really divorce. There are so many things that people you need to know. Chris Okafor chased his wife from his house. There's a time when Chris Okafor faked his own kidnap for about 48, 58 days and wanted to frame the wife of being the one behind him being kidnapped. But that 48 to 58 days that he lied to people that he was kidnapped, he was at a hotel sleeping with prostitutes. That's what Chris Okafor does. Chris Okafor has no regard for women. Every single day of his life, he's exchanging women from left to right. Every minute, he's sleeping with different women. The spirit of sexual immorality that is on Chris Okafor is disgusting. It's so disgusting. So, Lucy Natasha convinced Jeremiah Omoto to say, Papa, can I be married? Can I have a relationship with your friend, Chris Okafor? I find him very handsome. And, okay, let me make this disclaimer here on this part of the video. If Lucy Natasha dares me, or if Chris Okafor dares me, or if Jeremiah Omoto dares me that what I'm saying now is a lie, I want either one of them to come out on their live broadcast or to just put a post on their platform and dispute what I'm saying after now. If any one of them can have the confidence to dispute it, I'll give you the receipts. I'll give you the evidence of what I'm talking about. I just don't come here to rant. I have proof of everything that I talk about. The reason why I don't produce the proof, I'm waiting for them to act mafia and try to go to the court like they always do to try to threaten people. And I'll produce that information. I'm strategic in this Enlightenment series. The biggest disadvantage that these charlatans have in this era or during this exposure is they are dealing with an intellect. They're not dealing with an ordinary exposer. They are dealing with someone that have calculated each and every one of their moves to the nearest decimal. There is no move or counter that I can ever get from these charlatans. You think that they are not responding. You think they don't want to respond. They know they can't respond to anything that I'm saying because they know what I'm standing on. Bushiri will never dare to try to say I'm defaming his character. Natasha will never dare to try to say I'm trying to defame his character. All of them, they'll never dare. Because I'm not an easy opponent to fight against. They know what I'm standing on. I'm not ranting here. I'm not defaming any character here. I'm challenging them. I'm challenging all of them to sue me. They'll never try. They'll never dare. Because they know I know what I'm talking about. So like I was saying, that I'm challenging Lucy Natasha, Jeremiah Omoto, and Chris Okafor to dispute what I'm going to say now. And if they can dispute it, then I'll prove them wrong. Of course, if this was just a mere threat, tomorrow in the morning, they'll put a post and say that I'm a liar. I don't know what I'm talking about. But they'll not do it because they know I know what I'm talking about. Lucy Natasha wanted to get married to Chris Okafor. She fought very hard, tooth and nail, to get married to Chris Okafor. To a point whereby she invited Chris Okafor to come and minister into her shrine in Kenya. I have a voice note of Lucy Natasha seducing Chris Okafor, pleading with Chris Okafor. They don't, obviously now they are shaking as I speak because they wouldn't expect this voice note to be in my possession. They wouldn't expect me to be in possession of this. But one thing I can tell you is even the people that are serving them, they are tired of them. Even the people that are still pretending to be loyal to their shrines, they are fed up. But they can't come out because they are in covenants. They know the day they choose to resign, they are dead, they are gone. So the best that they can do is to give me information, inside information. Don't even worry about me that I'll get false information. I'm too smart for that. No one can ever trick me or trap me. I've been in this game long enough to know the blind spots of all these charlatans, to know their strategies that they can use to try to discredit what I'm doing. Ask Makandiwa, he will tell you. The biggest charlatan in Zimbabwe. He tried me several times. Ask him. He's a good proof of concept. If you call him now, ask him, how can we deal with this young man called Mr. Pull the Trigger? He will tell you that that one, just leave him. Just let him be. Just allow him to expose you. Because there's nothing that you can ever do to slow him down. There's nothing. There's nothing that they can ever do against me to counter this enlightenment series. Lucy Natasha was pleading, was seducing Chris Okafor because she wanted to get married to Chris Okafor. This Carmel boy is just a distraction. She does not even love this boy. She probably just wants him for him to fortify her brand and her standing in these prophetic gimmicks. So she tried her level best to convince Okafor to marry her. She tried her level best. That's the man that Lucy Natasha wanted to marry, Chris Okafor, not this Indian boy. And Chris Okafor did went to Lucy Natasha, to her event, to her occultic services and program, and they did do what they did. Of course, they slept together. Listen, there is nothing to hide here. They slept together. That's how they roll. That's how immoral these charlatans are. Maybe he did not like the experience. Maybe he did not find Lucy Natasha as compatible to him. And then he decided to just say, "Aye, Papa, me, I can't do this. I can't settle for this. This is not my cup of coffee." And he dismissed the whole marriage thing and the whole setup that Jeremiah Omoto tried to do between Chris Okafor and Lucy Natasha. So Jeremiah Omoto told Chris that, "Chris, man, this woman loves you. Just give it a try. Find out if this can work or not." And Chris Okafor did went to Lucy Natasha. And they tried it out and it did not work. And Okafor went back because Okafor is used to this promiscuous behavior. He does not want to settle. He'd rather live without a wife. That's why he does not have a wife now. That's why he chased his wife away so that he can continue with this promiscuity. He can continue sleeping with whoever he wants at any point in time. He lies about these sermons that, no, sin is this. Come on. He's just a charlatan, Okafor. He's a promiscuous human being, a disgrace to the body of Christ. So that's where Lucy Natasha is coming from. That's how corrupted she has become over the years. That's how damaged she is right now. She's damaged goods. She's been through every prophet, every occultic prophet, trying to get the mileage, the prophetic mileage, trying to get the endorsements so that she can put a brand up here. She loves things. She likes things. And her distraction will come wrapped in her affinity for things, for flamboyance in the celebrity lifestyle. With that being said, it's Mr. Pull the Trigger. I'll catch you out on the next episode as I bring you more of things that you did not know about these charlatans. I'm out.